golden child stepbrother Jackson attacked me because I wouldn't give him money, but I recorded everything and sent him straight to jail. My entire childhood is filled with memories of Jackson being coddled by our parents. Dad, Callum, and Mom, Sienna, were very traditional, and they were certain their precious boy would take care of them while I, Everly, would turn out to be a failure. They'd take him to the movies, but tell me I needed to stay home and study. I remember he got the new Game Boy for his 9th birthday, and I wanted the same thing because he would never share it. But when I asked for a gift, they grounded me because, according to them, demanding things showed a bad attitude. Ever since then, I became scared to ask for anything. I even went to bed hungry one night because no one called me for dinner, and I was too afraid to ask for food. Another time, when we were around 14, Jackson kicked a football and smashed one of the windows in our house. He knew Dad was very strict about playing football inside, so he told them it was me who broke the window. I tried explaining that I was hanging out with my friends at the time, but they didn't believe me. I was grounded to my room for an entire week, and all my toys were taken from me. By the time I entered high school, I was practically ignoring everyone at home and focusing on finding a job. That's because my parents had made it clear they would sponsor Jackson's college tuition, but not mine. So if I wanted further education, I needed to save up for it on my own. I started balancing school life alongside a job in retail. Fortunately, I met some friends in high school with whom I later started a business. When I turned 19, my parents kicked me out of their house, so I went to live with one of those friends. I used the money I'd saved for college to invest in our business, and thankfully it became successful. Now I've just bought a new house and held a celebration to which I invited all my friends and family who supported me. My parents and Jackson were not invited. However, my stepbrother somehow found my address and showed up to the party in a suit. I didn't want to make a scene and decided I could accommodate him for just one evening, so I invited him in. I was going to introduce him to my friends, but then he asked if we could talk in private. I took him up to my room, and what he asked me for blew my mind. Apparently the money our parents were giving him as an allowance wasn't enough because he wanted to buy a car, so he came here to ask me for cash since he assumed I was now rich. I said no, because I didn't have as much money as he thought I did in the first place, but he became really persistent and almost demanded that I hand over the money I had hidden away. I explained that under no circumstances was I going to give him a single penny. Our parents coddled you like an angel, and you took full advantage of that, I told him. I had to earn what I have on my own, and I worked hard for it. I thought you came here to congratulate me and apologize for the past, but you exceeded all expectations. I'm not going to give you anything because frankly you don't even deserve it. He didn't like that I was finally talking back. He started getting physical and began pushing me around, saying he would do something drastic if I didn't do as he said. I still refused, so he grabbed onto my ear and pulled hard. Jackson had always been a strong kid, and as an adult he had enough strength to tear half my ear off. I let out an involuntary scream as blood splattered across the carpet. The guests rushed in and started yelling at him. He got scared and tried to run away. Some of my friends caught him and were going to hold him down, but I told them to let him go and just take me to the hospital. They questioned my actions, but I had solid reasons. It was my house, and I had set up cameras everywhere, especially in the room where Jackson attacked me. I knew he was just going to run back to our parents and deny everything, but the police would believe the evidence I had. I got my ear reattached and immediately contacted my lawyer, who contacted the local cops and had them arrest my stepbrother. I imagine he was taken straight to jail, and my parents weren't able to stop it from happening. But I'm not done. I'm also planning on suing him for the hospital bill and emotional trauma, which will most likely be successful after an arrest on his criminal record.